Hey everybody, it is Dreadscoper here, and today I'm just going to go over a little bit about what I said, basically like in the beginning of when MLB came out. Now, basically my words were something along the lines of that starting pitching doesn't matter. Now, obviously that's not true. Starting pitching does matter. But what I wanted you guys to think was that I don't want you guys to basically have like one good pitcher and not have a solid lineup. Now let me show you what I mean by that. So I have my lineup right here. I actually probably have to fix it depending on how well Eric Hosmer is supposed to be doing. He is still at the 1. Okay. So basically, this is what we're going to look at here. We're looking at the rotation. I'm just going to switch some people out as if okay, should have fixed this earlier, but basically I'm just going to throw, back when I was playing, at a very lower level, I had a lot of pitchers that were around, like, 83 overall. So, I'm just going to throw in a ton of 83 overall pitchers, and then just, show you guys what I mean. Now this is the reason why I said starting pitching you should not worry about it too much, and the reason that is because of it's because of consistency. And now the reason I say that, guys, is because I don't know the exact ratios, but I'm pretty sure the basically the the chance that you get a pitcher is 20%. Now obviously it's 1 out of 5. You have 5 starting pitchers. So I'm pretty sure it's a 25% chance for each pitcher that you get to start with in the beginning of games, since you don't get to choose your starting pitcher. So this is a problem. Let's say if you pick Noah Syndergaard. Let's say if you have 30,000 or whatever Noah Syndergaard is nowadays, and you just want to buy Noah Syndergaard at 40,000 and then have a ton of other 83 overall pitchers. Now, the reason this is a bad idea is because your team really doesn't get much better. Now, the reason this is, guys, is because, granted, Noah Syndergaard is an amazing pitcher. But as you see, you have 3 or 4 pitchers that are basically at 83 or 80, in the 80 overalls. That's not good. That's not consistent. Let's say if you don't get to pitch with Noah Syndergaard, that's basically 30 to 40,000 stubs that are on your bench. And that's what I meant by don't worry about your starting pitchers. What you want to do is keep your starting pitchers all around the same overall. And the reason that is it's going to keep your lineup a lot more consistent. You're not going to have to, let's say if you have one pitcher. I mean, obviously nowadays you don't, because I'm pretty sure everybody has, a solid lineup. But let's just pick someone that's low. We'll pick someone with an easy name, Adam Morgan. Alright? So let's say if you have this. The reason you want your line or your rotation to have the same overalls basically is because let's say if you have this rotation, you go in, the same chance that you're going to get Noah Syndergaard is the same chance you get Adam Morgan. Now, if you get Adam Morgan, the chances of you losing are probably really high on line. If you're playing anything above, like, 1,000, you're just probably going to lose. No matter what whatever rating you're playing against, you're probably going to lose. Now, granted, yes, if you're pitching with Noah Syndergaard, you have a good chance of winning because you're probably going up against someone that doesn't have a better pitcher than Noah Syndergaard, since he's probably one of the better pitchers in the game. So the reason I said don't worry about your starting pitching is because I want you guys to realize that you wanted to keep your hopefully you guys realize that your starting pitchers should be all around the same overall. You guys are probably all going to get around 84 overall pitchers, and because they were really cheap, you can easily get 84 overalls for less than 1,000. So keep them all around the same overall. That'll help your team with being more consistent, because with this, you could have an amazing game with Noah Syndergaard, or you can have a terrible game with Adam Morgan. Now, this doesn't really apply anymore because I think everybody has, a really good team by now. You probably already have, 75% to 80% of the team you're going to have for the rest of the game, depending on how hard you guys work at this game or who else you guys want. So the reason I said don't worry about your starting pitchers is because you could probably get pitchers like this. You could probably just sit here. You could get Tyson Ross for like 1,000. And you could have got Tanner Roark for like 1,000. So that's probably around 5,000. And that's, I mean, obviously if you're trying to go up into like the, 1,800 rankings, or 17, or probably even 16 for that matter, this pitching staff will not let you get there. Okay? Obviously having low pitchers like this will not be good enough. But what I was trying to get you guys to realize was that this is going to keep your team way more consistent than having a Noah Syndergaard every once in a while and then having Alex Morgan every once in a while. Because you don't know who you're going to get with your starting pitching. It's all random. I've had Noah Syndergaard 3 times in a row, and then I've had, I've probably pitched 1 game with Johnny Cueto, and I've probably, had 15 options to play. It's like, so I try to hopefully get you guys to realize that, getting 1 solid pitcher wasn't good. And the reason I would have said, if you had a lineup with Noah Syndergaard and Alex Morgan, let's say, I would have said sell Noah Syndergaard, get another silver good pitcher that you can play with that's really good. Because some of these silver pitchers still have basically the same stats as, he doesn't. But, some of these guys have decent enough stats to, compete with some of these gold pitchers. Because first of all, it's only 1 overall difference. It's really not that big, but the price is like 2 times as much. Like if you look at his hits per 9, they're 75 or 65, and his Tyson Ross's hits per 9 is 74. So it's like, I don't know. That's just why is everyone silent? Anyways, sorry. So what I would have done is tell you guys to sell your, if you have one pitcher that's like 10 overall points higher than your next, sell him, and then go either A, get some relief pitchers, because you need at least 3. I think 3 is the perfect number. You can have your starting pitcher go 6, and then have 3 relief pitchers go 1 inning each, and you could easily live doing that. So people like Mark Melanson, or Zach Britton solid, or just getting 3 relief pitchers that you like. I have at least 4 that I like. This Chris Sale is an easy one to get. I think you just have to get 25 White Sox. So that's a pretty simple one. You just get, probably costs not even that, probably costs a couple hundred really. This Kevin Segrist always seems to be on a 5-star. He is not at the moment, but he's a solid pitcher to get. So finding relief pitchers that you guys like, and then also since relief pitchers aren't really worth much, I would say getting better bats. Because honestly, guys, you can play with whatever batters you want to play with. Okay? Now, obviously, that's just obvious. I gotta switch this up a little bit more now because starting Marte's back. Just screw it. It's good enough. Actually, Brandon Bell probably shouldn't be batting. Oh, you good. But anyways, what I was trying to get you guys to think about was really saying if you get hitters, they'll be more consistent because the hitters play every game. Starting pitchers, you can go 10 games without playing with Noah Syndergaard. So I was trying to hopefully tell you guys, hey, your team will be a lot more consistent if you play with better hitters and relief pitchers than if you were to just play with good starting pitching. Now the reason, which you could have done, and this would have been a totally good idea if you guys wanted to, was just get 5 really good starting pitchers and then have, let's say, average hitters. And that would have been completely fine with. But the other thing I was going to say was, oh, there goes all my free, that's fantastic, I hate this. What I was going to say was that you can have 5 starting pitching, but then, let's say if I have all amazing starting pitching, but there's 4 starting pitchers that aren't pitching. So you're having a ton of stuff that's just on the bench not playing. So you can only have 1 starting pitcher per game. So, okay, hopefully it doesn't kick me off the air. Alright, I think it's just not. Fantastic. Anyways, so that's what I was trying to tell you guys, was basically just being more consistent if you were to just focus on your bullpen and your hitters. And then have pitchers that were probably around the 84 mark. And the reason I'm making this video, guys, is because they were like, well, you lied. You were saying that starting pitching doesn't matter. And I might have said that, but I really meant that starting pitching isn't as important as getting, let's say, better hitters or better relief pitchers, because you'll be more consistent that way. Granted, you could easily get Noah Syndergaard 3 times in a row online, and your team will completely blow by everybody else, and that's fantastic. That's good for you. You got lucky. But that's not going to happen a lot, okay? You're probably going to end up getting him, 1 time out of every 5 games, and if you have 4 other pitchers that aren't good, it's probably not going to bode well for you, because then you won't have the bats. So, hopefully that makes sense. If you guys have any questions, just ask, because I don't mind explaining myself, as long as you guys are listening. I'm trying to think of what else. That's literally why I made this video, and it is just to tell you guys, you basically be more consistent if you got better hitters, and then you didn't really focus too much more on your on your starting pitching. I don't know what else to say, so that's basically it. I just wanted to clear that up. But now that you guys are, once you guys get your, all your hitters, once you guys get all of your hitters, then that's fine. Go, and once you're kind of somewhat comfortable with your bullpen, because my bullpen, granted, it's not the best, and it's not even close to the best, but I'm comfortable having that Chris Sale there for a while. I like the Kelvin Herrera. Jersey Familia and Zach Britton are just solid options, and most of the time I do have Mark Melanson, so he's a good option too. It's just the problem that he is on a 1-star day, so I'm not trying to pitch with him on a 1-star day. So that's why he's not there. But as long as you have 3 solid relief pitchers that you can trust, then I don't know. That's really what's more important. This Tyler Clipper card's actually pretty good. But anyways, guys, I hope that hopefully you guys understand what I mean by that. By why I said starting pitching really wasn't as good as getting relief pitchers and hitters. I don't know. Hopefully that makes sense. If it doesn't, just ask why. Oops. I probably should focus on comments and other stuff. Alright, no one's commenting. Fantastic. But other than that, guys, I hope that answers all of your questions. If it doesn't, just leave it in the comments below, and I don't mind answering them. But hopefully that explains everything. If it doesn't, just let me know, and I guess I'll just see you guys in the next video. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.